as I head back to work for lunch. But, I gave my thoughts on the ending of Hell in the Cell just like everybody else. Especially with the way they put a disqualification into Hell in the Cell, and now reports are coming out and being shown that WWE is trying to just cover their tracks by saying, oh, it was referee stoppage and all that, and pretty much nobody is buying it. Nobody is really buying anything that WWE is saying to try to cover up their tracks. But here's something. But here I want to talk about why fans, and I'm sure WWE even wants to probably know. Anybody else, wants to know, why do fans? Two speakers. Who knew? Hold on for a sec. Anyway, basically, I'm sure a lot of people want to know, why do fans show their support for Bray Wyatt, especially the Fiend version? Well, the fans have always liked Bray. I think the only time they ever turned on him when he would go against wrestlers or legends that they would be supportive of. But here's the thing, though. As much as people may not like hearing this, it is kind of the truth, if you will. It is kind of the truth. And that truth is this. Every time someone like Bray Wyatt, whether it's Bray Wyatt or the Wyatt family, or in this case it's the Fiend Bray Wyatt, every time a character like that, a personality, if you will, shows up in WWE, especially now post-Attitude Era, post-Ruthless Aggression Era, a lot of fans are hoping that wrestler, that man or even woman, Becky Lynch right now being the closest fans have to somewhat of a character in that category. But basically anytime someone like this shows up with an attitude of, I can do what I want, say what I want, not get in trouble, nobody's going to stop me kind of deal. And they have a certain niche to them, a gimmick, something that makes them stand out outside of everybody else. Basically, fans look at that individual as being the key to reopening the door and allowing the Ruthless Aggression and the Attitude Era, if not a combination of both, back into the WWE. Fans believe that if someone like Bray Wyatt, as the Fiend, was to become champion, either WWE or Universal Champion, that WWE would have no choice but to push him as the champ and put him in the matches that connect with his character. A good example of this, of course, is Raven when he was in TNA and he was the NWA/TNA champion. Basically, every match he had was a Raven's Rules match, or a hardcore match, was basically some kind of hardcore match with a hardcore stipulation of some kind. And that's how fans probably perceive the Fiend persona of Bray Wyatt. Like, WWE would have no choice but to put him into the kind of matches that fit his character, these violent type like matches, these hardcore type like matches, these Ruthless Aggression Era, hardcore era, Ruthless Aggression Era, Attitude Era matchups. That's what fans hope for and believe will happen if WWE was to make the decision and put the belt on someone like Bray Wyatt. Another good example of this is anytime they've gotten behind anybody else. Like when CM Punk was on top, they always looked at CM Punk, just like with Becky Lynch right now, being the closest they would ever get to going back to that era where you would have someone just coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to do what I want when I want to do it. So, that's basically why, in my opinion, fans get behind a character like The Fiend, why they show support, and why they were pissed off last night at The Fiend not walking out with the championship, in WWE coming up with some kind of lame reasoning to keep the belt on Seth, until further notice, until they put it on somebody they feel is more worthy. Or they feel, it's more worthy. I mean, I can understand, as much as I may hate to admit it, I can understand that they want to get to Seth and Brock 3, now that both are champions, so Brock can get his win back. I understand that. But still, besides that factor, but here's the thing, fans feel that WWE could have had a bigger draw if it was the Fiend against Brock. I'm just saying. And fans would feel it'd be a bigger draw than if the Fiend was facing Brock, that, hey, you'd have to put him in the Fiend's kind of matchup. So anyway, though, basically that's what it is with the fan support of Bray, and his Fiend persona. Basically, it's the same thing they've had with CM Punk, with Daniel Bryan, Becky Lynch. They want somebody that they feel that the Fiend goes into that category, somebody that hopefully this time around will be the one that unlocks that door, reopens that door, and allows things like the Russo's aggression era and attitude era to come back into WWE and thrive once more. That's what they hope for. That's why they get behind them to what we had seen before. But honestly, with the way WWE is booked right now, is like I was saying, guys, sorry about that. I don't know if the stream erupted or something, but anyway, as I was saying, this is why fans, support Bray Wyatt, why they support the Fiend character, because it's just like with the likes of Becky Lynch and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk before them. They're hoping that Bray Wyatt will be the key, will finally be that individual that's open, that has the key that opens the door to, reopens the door and allows things like the Russo's aggression era and the attitude era to come back in and thrive in WWE. Because honestly, with the way WWE books itself sometimes, lately, can you blame them for wanting that? Can you blame them for wanting that? So, anyway, though, guys, I just thought I'd bring this up real quickly. I got to get back into work. Let me know what you all think down below, and I will talk to y'all later.